All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well. And peace and salutations to you elect brothers across the four corners of this earth, kicking this word of sincerity and truth. There was a few scriptures that was on our mind that we wanted to really bring out, especially in this day and age that we're living in. We see wars right now, we see famines, we see pestilence, we see earthquakes. So something of importance that we need to do, especially better being in this day we're living in, because we know our Lord's getting ready to come back soon, and that's walking in the Spirit. You know, we can say, walk in the Spirit all day. We know that's easier said than done. That's why it's important that we go by this guideline, because any of us could go astray at any time. Especially what we're living in the hour of temptation. You know what I mean? But the first scripture I wanted to go into will be Galatians, the 5th chapter.
This is Galatians 5 and 15. But if ye bite and devour one another, take heed that ye be not consumed one of another. This I say then, walk in the Spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
So the scripture said, walk in the Spirit, so you don't what?
Fulfill, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
Yeah, so when you walk in the Spirit, you're not going to fulfill the lust of the flesh, because you got the Spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai on you the whole time. Whenever you have that lust demon on you, man, you got to, rebuke it. And when you go to that word walk, actually, can one of y'all pull that word walk up in the blue letter? It's really interesting, what it says. You know what I mean? But, it's very important that we're able to walk in this thing, because we got the fiery darts of the wicked coming at us at every angle. You know what I mean? We were just talking about it before we started to sit down, how these cops are going to try to take us down. These crackers hate us, man. They trying to get us off the block, man. So with that being said, we got to stay in the scripture, stay in the Spirit 24/7. We're living in this day where it's very important, man. These demons are after us, man. They after us. And we can see it. We can see it daily. And it's only amplifying. It's getting more intense. So why not be in the scriptures? We know the famine of the word's coming soon. Why not push, man? The apostles say this is the year to push. Perfect time to do it. And y'all got that pulled up, though?
Yeah. So walk is Greek to rapitail. To walk, to make one's way, progress, to make due use of opportunities.
To do use of opportunities, or to progress, okay? When you get, progress, that means, to improve. You know what I mean? To continually improve in something. All right? To get better at it, especially when you got more experience, the more wisdom that you gain, it's easier to walk in the Spirit. Okay? Yeah, it's more to it.
The Hebrew for to live, to regulate one's life, to conduct oneself, to pass one's life.
That's the one I wanted. It said in Hebrew, to live. So that's going into, walking in the Spirit is living in the Spirit. Living your daily life to the best of your ability, of course, because we're not Yahweh Shai, but He was made an example. And we can walk as perfect as we can. You know what I mean? And that's going balance according to the scriptures. Okay? But we're supposed to live. We're supposed to live in the Spirit, man. Again, when you're continually practicing at it every day, living in the Spirit, living in the truth, it's easier to guard off those darts of the wicked, those demons, man. Because they will attack you, especially the higher that you go into this truth. The more you level up, you'll find out that this demon's trying to come against you even more. Any of y'all brothers have anything to say? Okay.
Well, if I could just bring this out, because the word walk in Galatians 5:25 is a different definition, a different Greek word. So the word here is stokeo. The word in Galatians chapter 5 verse 25 is stokeo, for walk. It means to proceed in a row as the march of a soldier, to go in order, metaphor, to go on prosperously, to turn out well, to direct one's life to live.
God, brother, to direct one's life to live, man. To stay on that narrow path. Like the scriptures talk about, don't go to the left hand or to the right. The left you got the water, on the right you got the fire. That's why the path is so narrow. Ain't it called the straight gate? That means the hardships, gate of hardships, man.
That's why in Proverbs it says wisdom will direct your path.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta ponder the way of your goings, all the time.
That's right, brother. God.
2 Peter chapter 3, verse 10 to points in 11. For the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought you to be in all holy conversation and godliness? Now, when you look up that word conversation in the Greek, it's anastrophe. So it's your daily walk, man. So you're supposed to have a holy walk, separate from these people, a holy way of being, okay, which is according to the scriptures, man. That's what separates us from the rest of these peons that are walking around in the world. Because they're walking according to the course of the prince of the power of the air, who's the spiritual demon Satan, and his physical counterpart, the so-called white man. And we're supposed to be in all godliness, man. And so, like the brother's going into, man, that's our walk. That's how we're supposed to be, you know, according to this truth, as much as possible.
That's right, brother.
Yeah, it's who you are. You know what what you're constantly about, thinking about, what you're doing, the decisions you're making. You know, your walk. You know, and so you don't want to go to the left or the right because it leads you to perdition and destruction, man. What was that? Second Ezra's
7
7.
And while you find that, mind if I bring up this quick little precept? It links up with yours. But this is Proverbs chapter 4. I'm going to start at verse 25. Let thine eyes look right on, and let thine eyelids look straight before thee. Ponder the path of thy feet, and let all thy ways be established.
That's right.
Turn not to the right hand, nor to the left. Remove thy foot from evil.
That's right.
You know, so we don't got time to be pondering over here and pondering over there, because when you're doing that, you're going back and forth into the world. And you know, as the scriptures say, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. That's why I said in that last part of the verse 27, remove thy foot from evil. You know, because there's evil all over the place. We're surrounded by evil, man. You know, you don't find people doing the work. You don't find people that's into this truth, man. That's why it's good to be amongst brethren that is on one accord to make it easier. You know what I mean? But when you by yourself, it's a lot harder. That's why it's important to stay in this word so you can resist the wicked. Okay? You got
this is 2 Ezra chapter 7, verse 7. The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water. And one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could be one man go there at once. Excuse me. Yeah, so that it kind of just it goes into how difficult that path is, especially living in Babylon when everything was taken from us and everything's against us on the side in the spirit.
That's right, brother.
Because in the spirit, this world is against you, man. These people don't follow the Bible, man. They hate what this Bible has to say. They hate the men that live by this Bible, man. That's why they look at you weird, because if you have a long beard, if you don't eat pork, you know, and all those different aspects of following the law, they're against it, man.
That's right.
So your family, your friends, your job, you know, all those people that are in the world, they're going to do everything they can to make you go off of that walk, man. To go off of that path.
That's right. They're an exact opposition to Yahushua. You know, like the scriptures tells us to walk in the spirit, but they're literally doing the exact opposite, walking after the lust. Like when the brother made the beautiful statement earlier, going in, if you don't eat pork or whatever, you say that, you know, they look at you in awe, like, you don't eat bacon, what's wrong with you? You know? But that's the condition our people is in, man. That's why it's up to us. You know, ultimately it's up to the Lord, but he's putting the spirit on us. You know, it's up to us to be the ones to lead by the example. You know? We're trying to be delivered out of this thing. These people, they ain't going to be delivered, man. They're going to be destroyed, man. So we can't even worry about them, man. We got to worry about ourselves and the brotherhood, and ultimately this word, man, is truth.
Like the brother was saying, man, everything is set up against us. This is a carnal society that's set up. It's all about fulfilling the lust of the flesh, your eyes, doing whatever you want to do, man, which is totally contrary to the scriptures, man. So that's why if we walk according to that, I'll pull that later on, to be carnal minded is death, man.
That's right, brother.
There's nothing but death walking around here, man. And that's all these people have to look forward to at the end of the day. It's death because of the way that they're walking.
God, brother.
If I could say this, like really, if you can go into the dry bones, and like it says in Revelation chapter 11, I think, about the dead bodies. No, they ain't got that spirit, because I think John chapter 6 verse 63, it tells you what it means to have that.
That's
spirit.
right, brother.
You know, it means to quicken, to animate,
That's
to
right.
bring to life.
That's right. God. One of y'all brothers, since the brother mentioned it, because when y'all pull up 1 Corinthians, actually when he said, no, that Romans, the 8th chapter, starting at the 6th verse.
I'm going to start at verse 4.
Gone.
Romans chapter 8, verse 4, that the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us.
Here, start at the top.
There, Romans chapter 8, verse 1. There is therefore now no condemnation to them which are in Mashiach Yahushai.
That's right. If you're living in the Spirit, there's no condemnation for you because you're not walking after the lust. Okay? You're walking after the Spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right?
Walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit.
That's right. Walk, live, be a soldier, not after the flesh, but after the Spirit.
That's right.
Okay? Paul, this whole chapter, Paul goes into it beautifully, man. Because Paul was an example of how to walk in the Spirit and not the flesh. Okay?
For the law of the Spirit of life in Mashiach Yahushai hath made me free from the law of sin and death.
Mm-hmm.
For what the law could not do, and that it was weak through the flesh, Yahweh sending his own son, in the likeness of sinful flesh.
Yes, you got examples back then, before Yahushua came, of course, we had the law. We have the law still, and it's beautiful, but we started going off. And then, like the lesson we went into yesterday, it was very beautiful how it was brought out. Let's say when the Grecians had taken us over, and, they pretty much was killing us if we didn't serve their gods. And it got to the point where we were literally brainwashed into believing in their gods. You know what I mean? So it got to a point after that where the Lord stopped dealing with us, even before they stopped dealing with us. Yep. But it was so much harder to follow the ways of the Lord. And if we can't follow the laws, we're under suggestion of death.
That's right. That's the point of that script right there. It's telling you there's no way that we can keep the law, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why we're not justified by the law. We're not justified in the flesh. We're justified by having the Spirit of Yahweh.
That's right.
You feel me? Go ahead, brother.
And for sin condemned sin in the flesh, that the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit.
So that even shows us too that we still need to go according to the law to the best of our ability, but the law is not going to save us.
Not justified.
Exactly. Yup. We're not justified at all. We're justified through the Spirit, through faith. That trumps all of it. Because who? Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, you good, brother.
And with having faith, you show your faith by your works, man.
Mm-hmm.
Going into that walk. You know what I'm saying? That's why if you read in James, it goes through that. Being the doer of the word, not hearers only.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Then later on in the book, it tells you, and I forget which Salaki, I think it's one, I want to say James 3 or 4. It tells you, I'm going to show you basically my faith through my works.
Yeah,
Chapter 2. The water. But see, you get the understanding there. You ain't justified by the law, but by having that faith, you keep the law, and you have a certain walk that you own, man. A certain code that you follow to the best of your ability.
That's right.
Galatians chapter 3, verse 11.
It's beautiful.
But that no man is justified by the law in the sight of Yahweh, it is evident, for the just shall live by faith.
That's right.
And the law is not of faith, but the man that doeth them shall live in them.
Right, because your faith makes you follow the law. Why? Because you establish your faith based on fear of the judgment of the Most High.
Brother.
And that fear, brings wisdom. You build up in this thing. But that's all set up through the Spirit, because it's already set up in the Spirit who's gonna get that, have that fear. That's the conundrum of it. That's the crazy part of it. It was already set up before we were here. Who was gonna have that spirit that was gonna play out on the earth through a dispensation of time that was gonna lead the elect into the kingdom of heaven. And that's what these guys that Vocab Malone and all these other guys don't understand. That the church and the body was established before the foundation of the earth, and it was gonna go through one line, and that was gonna be led through the Spirit.
That's right.
You're reading it in Romans the 8th chapter, which kind of goes into that. Okay, and so it all ties in. So you get faith, and then you start keeping the law because you got faith.
That's right.
And then the more faith you get built up, the more you get deeper and deeper into this thing. And then there's levels to it. You go from glory to glory in the Spirit. Right? And then through the Spirit, you get certain talents.
That's right,
You
buddy.
might be able to be good at this, you might be good at that.
Mhm.
Might be kind of good at everything. Might be a jack of all trades. Hey, we don't know. Whatever talent the Most High gave you, that's what He gave you.
That's right.
As you decide.
Just don't bury it. Make sure you just, bear fruit with it.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Verse 13, Mashiach had redeemed us from the curse of the law, being made a curse for us. For it is written, cursed is everyone that hangeth on tree.
You read that one more time, bro. When he talk about what he did about that curse, that's very important right there. Go ahead.
Mashiach had redeemed us from the curse of the law.
He redeemed us from the curse of the law. Now that goes into what the brother was saying, man. We was breaking the law, so the curse of the law was what? Well, shoot, let's get down to the nitty gritty. Deuteronomy 28 and 15. An example is if we wasn't keeping the Sabbath, we wasn't keeping the high holy days, man. So guess what? We're cast out off the top. That's a curse. That's another curse of the law.
That's right.
And death.
And ultimately, death.
Death.
The wages of sin is death.
You know what I'm saying?
Because we have to be bought back, because we couldn't keep the law. Couldn't keep the law, so the Most High was like, you know what? He did away with the nation of Israel. And we had to go through all those curses. Forgot who we were, all those things happened to us until the prophecy of Yahushua.
God. Our people were sinning presumptuously. Jake would get 2 turtle doves. Jake would get an oxen or a bullock just because they know they was about to sin.
Yeah.
Now that's not spiritual at all. That's being very carnally minded to know that you're going to sin and already just to having stopped already before you do the sin just so you can feel like you're justified. You know what I mean? But that's not walking in the Spirit at all. That's strictly straight up walking in the flesh, man. You know what I mean? That's a perfect example of why the Lord had done away with our people, man. And when you go into the law, when you sin presumptuously, you cast it out of the congregation. And that's what Yahushua did with the whole nation of Israel, man.
Right.
Because we were sinning presumptuously.
Right.
We didn't want to walk after the
That's
Spirit.
what they're doing in these churches.
That's right.
That's the same thing that they're doing in these churches. It's the same rhetoric of, I'm saved. I can do whatever I want, but I'm saved. And so the Lord had to just completely do away with those line of Israelites that were going to stay in their mindset.
God.
They have to come back. Because they're just the same. They're doing the same thing in the church. I'm saved and sanctified. The Lord know my heart. While they eating a pork sandwich, jumping up and down and telling you the law is done away with.
Yeah, when you go to Matthew the 5th chapter, the 17th verse, it clearly tells you the law is not done away with. The law still is extremely as important. We're just not under the curse of the law no more, like Paul explained beautifully in that chapter. You know what I mean? Because we have a redeemer, we have a testator, we have an intercessor, a medium, a middleman, to pretty much bring us back in the good side of the Most High. You know what I mean? Through His blood. Which shows the law of sacrifice is done away with, but the whole law isn't done away with. That's why, He's going to judge everybody according to the law at the end of the day, man. That's why it's important to do it. That's why He tells us to walk in the Spirit. Because if you don't walk in the Spirit, you're going to die. That's just all in a nutshell what he's talking about.
Because what's the Spirit? The word, the brother quoted John 6 and 63 earlier, man. The Spirit, the words that I speak unto you, they are Spirit and they are life. Okay, so we got to walk by the words that Yahushua spoke, man. Otherwise, if we don't do that, we dead.
Well, the easiest question you can ask yourself is, did Yahushua keep the law?
Right.
Yes. Okay, so if we're supposed to be doing what he did, we gotta keep the law.
That's right.
Keep it real simple. I have it myself.
Come.
This is Ephesians, the 1st chapter in the 17th verse. Where it says, and that the God of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, the Father of glory, may give unto you the spirit of wisdom and revelation and knowledge of Him, the eyes of your understanding being enlightened, that ye may know what is the hope of His calling, and what the riches of His glory, of His inheritance in the saints. And so that all embodies exactly what the brother is talking about, of how our walk in the Spirit is going to lead us into faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushua and keeping the commandments. It all ties in together.
That's right, bro. Beautiful. Oh yeah, that's right. We're gonna finish in Romans 8, and then you can bring up that one you have in
Okay.
Romans 6.
This is Romans. Did you want him to go?
Yeah, we're gonna
Sorry.
finish. No, it's all good. We're gonna finish, and then we're gonna go to that one right afterwards. We're just
Okay.
gonna finish up the Romans 8 really quick.
Excuse me.
No, that's all. It's cool.
Romans chapter 8, verse 5. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the Spirit, the things of the Spirit.
Like when we was in the wilderness, you know what I mean? Jake was so carnal minded they forgot the stuff that the Most High done for us. You know, they got to the point where they was thinking about the onions and the garlic of Egypt because they was hungry, forgetting that the Most High split a sea for them. You know what I mean? Let them out, a cloud by day, a pillar by night. You know, there was men that was walking after the flesh. They was worried about how hungry they were, how thirsty they were, not knowing that they was gonna go to a place that was full of all of their desires. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Because the carnal mind is enmity against Yahweh.
The carnal mind is an enemy of the Most High. Because when you're carnally minded, you're in tune with things of this world. You're in tune with things on a lower vibration, which shows that you're an enemy of the Most High because you're not operating after the Spirit. You're operating after the opposition of that, which is pretty much on the way to death. You know?
Yeah, it says the wages of sin is what? It's death. You know, if you're not keeping the law, transgression of the laws, that's what sin is. The wages of those sins is death.
That's right, bro.
For it is not subject to the law of Yahweh, neither indeed can be. So then they that are in the flesh cannot please Yahweh.
That's right. It's impossible to please the Most High when you're living after the flesh, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you trying to fast. Oh, no, I'm gonna put the fast off till tomorrow. I'm a little hungry right now. And then tomorrow you try to fast and you do it again, and it's making you look like a hypocrite. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because what are you doing, man? You putting yourself before Yahweh Hashem
That's
Yahushua,
right.
man. Well, you pleasing your flesh, man. You totally going against the things that you set up for us to follow, man. And so you pretty much putting the Most High on the back and say, I get you. I mean, I gotta eat this sandwich first. Or I'll try to follow Sam next time. She already over here, you know, that she rubbing on, she feeling all good. This one time, you know, all that type of stuff, man. That's gonna be that's envy of the Most High, man. You try to act like that, man. Pleasing yourself first. You're supposed to put nothing else before Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, you know.
That's right. That even goes into idol worship if you're thinking about it. Because you're putting yourself on a pedestal. You worshiping yourself. You acknowledging yourself over the Most High. You know, you saying, screw what the Creator did for me. I wanna fulfill my own lust, and then I'll get back to doing the work of the Lord. Then I get back to doing what I'm supposed to be doing. You know?
That's the mindset of Esau. Ego.
God,
That's
yes,
exactly
sir.
right.
You can't have, man.
That's the mindset of Satan.
You know what I'm saying? You know, fulfill your lust, man.
God.
The devil, man. That's what the devil taught our nation, man.
It's killing us.
To kill, to worship your damn self.
But ye are not in the flesh, but in the Spirit. And so be that the Spirit of Yahweh dwell in you. Now if any man have not the Spirit of Mashiach, he is none of his.
That's right. That's why it's only that's why he's only going to elect a small number of people. Because when you look out your window and see these peons out here, you know they're not acting like they want to. They're not acting like they're his. Read that last part of that verse one more time, brother.
Now if any man have not the Spirit of Mashiach, he is none of his.
That's right, man. And you can see that everywhere you go to, man. These people don't got the Spirit of Mashiach on them, man. He ain't dealing with them. They the same ones in the churches like the brother brought out earlier. You know, talking about Jesus, Jesus, Jesus with a pork sandwich in their hand, man. But they're going to be utterly laid waste, man. They're going to be brought to naught. All right? But it's our job, it's our duty, being in the Spirit, to continue to walk that way that he told us to walk, you know? Because
Right.
he's saying that we are his.
Right. It's our duty as Israelites.
That's right.
Because that's who this is talking to look after the inheritance, which is the Spirit. That's part of our inheritance. That's part of our power, man. Our connection with the Most High, the Creator.
That's
Other
right.
nations don't have that, man.
Yeah, man. Like I think, where does it say like the nations are like a child without a father, or something like that? Because these nations don't have a father. We have a spiritual father.
That's right.
But ye are not in the flesh.
Well, we're supposed to be ruling over them. You know, that's another topic. See that?
What verse you on right now, Yaquab?
Verse 9. Oh, sorry, verse 10.
Here, just jump to verse 13. Yeah, we're going to get to the main point.
Romans chapter 8, verse 13. For if ye live after the flesh, ye shall die.
Straight up, man. that doesn't even have to be broken down. We've been talking about this the whole time. You know, if you live after the flesh, you're gonna die the same way you lived. You know, you're on the path to it anyway. You might as well just kill yourself. You know what I mean? Saves your time.
Yep.
You know, that's what you'd rather choose that pack of Newports than open up the scriptures.
That's right.
You know, the pack of Newports tell you that it's gonna kill you. You rather stick to a pork sandwich. You know what I'm saying? You want to try your hardest to fulfill the deeds of your lust. Okay, and that's the ways of death, man.
And that's what's gonna kill you.
Exactly.
I mean, look at the state of our people walking in the lust of the flesh. We have a high percentage of our people that are homosexuals, whether it be male or female. They have high levels of HPV. Our people are number one in every single cancer. Besides skin cancer by default. Why is that? Because we're fulfilling those lusts, eating what we're not supposed to be eating, drinking what we're not supposed to be drinking. You know what I'm saying? Fucking people we ain't supposed to be fucking. Excuse my language. And all that walking in that flesh is killing us.
But if ye through the Spirit do mortify the deeds of the body, ye shall live.
Mortify your members, man. If you're able to cut off them parts that are bringing you down, man, you shall surely live. Like the scriptures talk about. All right?
For as many as are led by the Spirit of Yahweh, they are the sons of Yahweh.
That's right, man. If you live by the Spirit of the Most High, you are son of the Most High. You know? Goes into, John the 1st chapter. You know what I mean? If you're following what the Most High, if you're doing what the Most High told you to do, you're of His. Like earlier in that scripture talked about, okay? You got Michael Allah, I know. We're gonna enter Romans that one off on that one.
Romans 6 and 4 or 23. Get to the point.
Yeah, just get to the point.
Okay. This is Romans 6 and 23.
That's cool.
With wages of sin death.
Yeah.
I'll start. Yeah, I just get to
So if it's a little more earlier talking about it, just bring it out, bro. It's a verse and a little verse before let's get off all the meat off that bone, man.
Romans 6, and I'll start at 22.
Okay.
But now, being made free from sin and become servants of the Most High, ye have your fruit unto holiness and the everlasting life. For the wages of sin is death, but the gift of the Most High is eternal life through Yahushua Mashiach, our power.
That's right, man. The burdens of sin is gonna take you down to your grave. You know, the more you sin on top of sin, you digging even deeper into the ground. You know, that's a deeper hole for you to lay in, man. That sin is heavy, man. But what that last part of that say?
Come. For the wages of sin is death, but the gift of the Most High is eternal life through Yahushua Mashiach, our Lord.
That's right. And what's the gift he's talking about? The understanding of these scriptures, to understand that you're an Israelite. You know, the understanding to be able to break these scriptures down to prove to other people. You know what I'm saying? And that's even a form of spiritual power right there within itself. You know, but he even talked about, what is this? What is this considered anyway? This is the bread of heaven. You know what I mean? So this being the bread of heaven, with us eating this bread, he promised eternal life will eat this bread. That's what he's going into. Okay? Is there more on that one?
That's it, like
Okay. I got it. Cool. Could one of y'all pull up Colossians, the 3rd chapter, starting at the top? You know, it's a very dire time we're living in right now, man. Because this time we're living in separates the men from the boys. You know, this is the true test of temptation that we're living in right now, man. Especially with all the stuff that's in front of us, man. The stuff that they put on the TV. You know, the stuff that they got on your phones. You know, the stuff they put in food. You know, how people operate in life, man. You're being tempted at every angle, man. So this devil's trying to make it as hard as he can for you to walk in the. I mean, as easy as he can to make you walk in the flesh. You know, Esau don't want us walking in the spirit, man. He wants us to be carnal minded, man, and he puts it in front of us every day.
He knows that's our power, man.
That's right.
That's our power source. You know, it's our tie to the Most High. You know, it's been like that for generations. If he gets us off of our energy source, our power source, he got us. This is Colossians, the 3rd chapter, 1st verse. It says, "If ye then be risen with Christ, seek those things which are above.
That's right. If we're risen with Him, you know, we're supposed to seek the things up top. You know, because the true fact of the matter, when he had died, in a way, we had died with Him. You know what I'm saying? And with Him being risen back up, we're on that same path. You know, Hosea even talks about it. I can't remember what chapter it is, but he talks about us being dead for 3 days and being risen up. You know what I mean? He's the example of how we're supposed to be. His journey is the same thing our journey is going to be. You know? But we're supposed to seek that stuff. We're supposed to seek the riches of the Most High. We're supposed to seek that wisdom. We're supposed to seek that understanding. Because it talks about that in Sirach. The fear of the Most High is a treasure. You know? The wisdom of the Most High is better than diamonds, rubies, gold, so forth. Okay?
Time. Where Hamashiach sitteth on the right hand of Yahweh. Set your affection on things above, not on things on the earth.
Yeah, man. You set our affections on the kingdom. You know, on glorifying Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. On ruling, on being part of the governing body in the kingdom. Over a damn Subway sandwich, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, over Dickie's barbecue.
Well, having a family on this side,
yeah.
You know, because when that word affection is talking about setting things on that's on your mind.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, when you raise in society, what they it's important to you is what you go to school,
right? Yep.
Get a good job, find you a wife, have some kids, and buy a house. Well, the Lord gonna destroy all of that.
That's right, bro.
So a man of the Lord ain't gonna be worried about none of that stuff, man. How you gonna be worried about your family situation and there's martial law? You know? So you gotta set your mind on the things that a man of the Lord should be seeking for, which is what? The kingdom of heaven.
That's
the
right,
kingdom of heaven can't come unless America and Babylon the Great destroyed.
That's right.
That's right.
Okay.
Like I say this, you know, the kids you got, you know, your family, like so-called career, you know, the house. Maybe you have a house or something. You know, your Most High gave all that stuff to you. Even your kids, you know, He can take that away. That goes back into I believe 1 Samuel chapter 2. You know, the Most High killeth and makes it alive.
Mm-hmm. Right. Exactly. You don't know what's gonna happen in this situation. Plus, your family ain't into this, anyways.
That's
like
right,
you
brother.
want them to be. Because if you really was living at the crib like you supposed to be, they hate you.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Because nine times out of 10 the stuff they want to go do, you don't give a good goddamn about. But you do it. Okay?
That's right, man.
So you can't be all into your family.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Okay?
Going back, if I may, the brother brought out what's that? First Peter's 3rd chapter.
Mm-hmm.
It says, "What manner of man you should be." Basically saying knowing all. Is the second chapter?
Yes,
the second chapter. The second chapter.
The 3rd chapter.
Say again.
2 Peter 3rd chapter.
2 Peter the 3rd chapter.
I know.
Okay.
It's you know, I understand.
No, I was
know
like, I know it's the 1 Peter, 2 Peter, 3rd chapter. He stated that what manner of man you should be in that. It's all, bro. You know this shit is about to end.
That's right.
Wrap your mind around it. Don't lie to yourself and tell yourself that we got 2 more years, 3 more years. No, man, this is it.
It's over.
If
Well, you thinking like that, you're not a man of the Lord anyway.
That's right.
You know, demons will jump on you. Demons will jump on you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody receptive to them.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
God,
But
brother.
you gotta wrap your mind around the reality of this thing, bro.
That's right.
That's right, brother.
You know.
The Lord is
It's
doing wonderful work.
Even if it does go 2 years, the Most High speed this thing up so fast that it's gonna fly by anyway.
God,
So
bro.
you should be hastening anyway.
Right.
These 2
Yeah,
years
it will.
gonna be hell.
It's June!
Ain't nobody gonna tell you. It's the room. No, I'm just playing.
And just to say this, what type of atmosphere you think the world gonna be in 2 more years, man? Do you really think this shit just gonna go away?
Boy,
No,
man.
No, man. Wake up, bro.
Yeah, that hate is just, it's boiling over the damn pot, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, even Yahweh even tells us there's going to be no more flesh left. You know what I mean? If these days prolong, roughly paraphrasing. You know, but ain't no flesh that's going to be left. There's 2 years left, man. All the GMOs and stuff they're putting out, everybody got cancer now. It's like, man, the way this devil ran the system, man, it's not going to be nothing left anyway afterward, man.
But the Lord, the Most High's gonna have to step in, man. It's getting too much. They got fucking homosexual cartoons with
Yeah.
Same sex parents on fucking Nickelodeon.
Interracial gay couple.
Yeah.
You know, fucking the race riots and these races, man. It's this hate, man. Like the brother said, it's boiling over the pot, burning the eye now.
That's right.
It's there. It's right there, man. So everything is being put in place.
That's right. So you gotta focus on this right here, man.
Yeah.
These scripts, man, and get into this thing and get into doing the work. Just being about the work. And stop playing games too. A lot of guys are making videos playing games and stuff, man. You know, it's not about trying to have vainglory and look cool and cutting people. No,
That's not what it's about.
That's not what it's about, man.
Yeah, uplifting y'all, watching y'all shy, and doing work to the best of your ability, where you bless you with, man.
That's right. You hear that, Alizar? It's lucky.
Picking up
No,
retarded.
that's true, man. I mean, this is who we're talking to.
Picking on unseasoned cats, man. You ain't had to record that, dog.
That was,
What's the point of you doing that, man? Come on, bro. Anyway, let's get back to the
verse 3. For ye are dead, and your life is hid in Hamashiach in Yahweh. When Hamashiach, who is our life, shall appear, then shall ye also appear with him in glory.
In glory, man. We dead right now, man. We dead to these people that we see every day, man. They look at us like we crazy. We're the guys with dresses on. We read the Bible. We don't go to clubs no more, man. But hey, we doing all this to live with Yahweh and receive that glory.
Right.
The rest of these people ain't gonna receive that, man. They're gonna receive their reward, man, and that's gonna be nuclear fire, man.
That's exactly right. Because they look at us as if we're in the same situation they're in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, y'all talking about all this destruction, but what about you? You gonna be here. So we're gonna be, when we're risen up with Yahushua and that power and glory, they're gonna know, wow, the life he lived was actual real life. The life I lived was true death, man.
That's right, sir.
Okay? Because you know that's exactly what they're like, well, that's it, you're gonna destroy too.
Hey, we're all gonna die any day.
Yeah.
that's their mindset.
Yeah, that's how they want you to
that
feel,
YOLO
man.
spirit.
Yep, kind of. Verse 5. Mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth, fornication, uncleanliness, inordinate affection. This is going into that walk the brother was talking about. These are things that you need to avoid.
Cut off that bullshit, man.
Mm-hmm.
If your hand offends, cut it off. If your eye offends, cut that shit off, man. It's better for those to go into. It's better than those to go in the fire than your whole body to, man. Get rid of that worldly stuff, man. If we men of the Lord, man, we supposed to walk after that, man. We supposed to walk like He did. All right. We ain't supposed to be stuck on this BS, man. We ain't supposed to be worried about a woman that's not even ours anyway. You know?
Man, that's real.
We ain't supposed to be worried about our kids too much, especially when they little bad bash. Now, if you have kids, I don't have. If you have kids, understandable, but that's not our first priority, man. Our first priorities is these scriptures, man. You don't know how your kid's gonna be in that.
Yeah, and that sounds harsh, but a point Yahshua makes, the Most High flooded the whole earth,
man.
Killed everybody, man. But 8 people. Which one's harsher? Putting Yahweh first, or putting your family first, man, or him flooding the whole earth? Which thought is harsher?
Right.
You know, Most High is coming back to destroy and maim and kill, and bring perdition on the earth. He ain't playing, man.
That's right.
If you really want to save your family, you need to do the work.
That's right, bro.
Yeah, and you don't love them more than he does, man. They Israelites, man. If they make it, they coming back.
Could you pull that? Can you read this verse really quick, Michael, before we continue on that one, Sinai? So since we're on that topic, I want to read this
I
real
got
quick.
you, bro. I got you right here.
Then we're gonna get back. We're gonna get back to that.
Okay.
This is Matthew 19 and 28. And Yahushua said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory.
Here, go to the yep.
3:27.
Yeah, read it.
Oh,
Peter's
okay.
talking to him, asking.
3:27?
Yeah,
Got you, brother. I got you. Matthew 19 and 27. Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee.
So Peter is pretty much asking him, like, we've given up everything. We've given everything up to follow you. What are we going to benefit from it? What's going to be our reward for casting off the world, for casting off our family, for casting off our children, our wives, etc.? What are we going to receive in this? Okay? It's got to be something.
What shall we have therefore? And Yahushua said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
That's right, like the beautiful poem the brother just read in Colossians, where it talked about who we were dead to the world. You know, being dead to the world, we had to get rid of stuff like that. We had to forsake everything, like Peter spoke of. But the reward for that is, can you read that last part one more time?
This is Colossians 3 and verse 4. When Hamashiach, who is our life, shall appear, then shall ye also appear with him in glory.
That's right. So with getting rid of this stuff right here, with forsaking this stuff in this world, we're going to receive the glory with our Lord. He talks about us being joint heirs with him when you go to Romans, I believe it's the 8th chapter and the 16th and 17th verse. You know what I mean? But you can't be a joint heir with him if you stuck being a carnal nigga.
Mm.
He's only going to choose the cream of the crop.
That's right.
Yes.
You know, yep, the best of the best.
All-star.
He's gonna cut off a lot of living. He's gonna cut off a lot of excuse my language, but motherfuckers in order to receive his precious jewels. You know?
Like I say, this is going back to like the brother mentioned, like your family and everything. What's better, man? Having on this side with a little nigga that halfway listens sometimes,
Yeah.
a woman that halfway listens sometimes, or being patient, going against his word and waiting, hopes that they be delivered, because we all gonna be transformed with the twinkling of an eye.
Yeah,
That's right, brother.
To having completely obedient children that you ain't gotta worry about no more.
Yeah,
That's right.
Versus running around with someone that you gotta keep out every 5 seconds because you don't know who gonna come around and try to take them, or they gonna wander off or something like that, man. Which
right.
one is better? Which one would you rather fight for?
Scriptures.
Go ahead. It's Ecclesiasticus chapter 19, verse 19. The knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is the doctrine of life, and they that do things that please him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality.
That's right. That's right. The wages of sin are death, but the knowledge of the doctrine of the Most High is life. And read that last part of that verse, Baba Deshaun.
And they that do things that please him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality.
What's the fruit of the tree of immortality? Okay, wisdom of the scriptures, eternal life, that crown. What he's talking about, you know, like in Revelation where he talks about he gave us access to the tree of life. That tree of life is wisdom. The fruit of that is wisdom and understanding on how to do things, on how to operate in the complete frequency of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Having those laws in our inward parts. Being able to function fully without having to worry about going off. Having a full, complete, compact understanding of his word.
Yeah, with that wisdom comes, many benefits.
That's right, brother.
It says in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, where we're going to look at death and we'll be like,
Oh yeah, yeah, kind of, brother.
That's
Yeah,
it.
you're right.
That's it.
That's right, brother. You're right.
This is verse 20. The fear of the Lord is all wisdom, and all wisdom is performance of the law, and the knowledge of his omnipotent.
Go ahead, brother.
See how it all wrapped and tied in together right there? Okay? And he went right back to the law. He talked about all these things that you gain in the spirit, but you got it through your walk, which is what the topic of this conversation is about.
That's right, brother. That's
Okay.
right. What was that last part of that verse right there? That what? Please read it again.
Verse 20. The fear of the Lord is all wisdom, and all wisdom is the performance of the law.
Right.
Uh-huh.
So you have fear, right? That fear of the Lord you gain. You have faith. You have wisdom. Then you start following the law. And you just keep following, getting deeper and deeper into it. Go ahead.
All wisdom is the performance of the law, and the knowledge of his omnipotency.
And the knowledge of his omnipotency. The knowledge, when you go to that word potent, it means strong power. You know what I mean? His single power. All right, the knowledge of all of that, which is all of this in a bundle. The walk of it, the understanding of it. Okay?
Yeah, the word omnipotent means to have unlimited power.
That's right.
I think they describe the Most High as like the four omnis: omnipotent, omnipresent,
Omniscient.
and
Yeah.
then the Most High is unlimited power.
Mhm. That's right, brother.
And that's when you fear, you understand, like, you got all power, he can jack you up.
That's right.
We did sit down there last week, man. The Most High, they call him Adeshaja for a reason, man.
That's right.
He was tearing people ass off the bone like the birth, so he flooded the whole earth and killed everybody with 8 people. Pregnant women, newborns, toddlers, old women.
Yeah.
Most High killed everybody, man, because he can.
That's right.
It's
That's
just,
right.
he created everything, man.
He was fair doing it.
Yep.
He was just because the people that was living on the earth was wicked as hell, man. everybody was wicked. The 8 people that he saved was the 8 righteous. Really, only 4 of them was. Really, Noah was the only one that was completely righteous. You know what I mean? He saved his family through
He
him.
saved Noah's family.
That's all. That's all it was.
The only person he deemed righteous was Noah. The rest of them saved via Noah.
That's right. And that's even beautiful going into our works, man, because if we continue to walk in the Spirit, let's say, you know, our family and all that might be tripping. We talk about it all the time, how our family might be saved through us. But we got to continue to walk into the Spirit.
Yep. But I said this, like 1 Corinthians chapter 7 said, oh, how thou should know if y'all going to save your wife or not. You don't know. Because on the flip side, Lot's family got saved, but his wife got turned to a pillar of salt from looking back.
That's right, bro.
So you don't know. All you got to do is do the work and try to do the best you can.
That's right.
And let the chips fall where they may according to the Spirit of Yahweh by shooting out shot, man.
That's right, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, the fear of power that can make infinite scenarios of your family losing or winning.
Winning.
Mhm.
Yeah, you got to look at it with balance.
That's right.
Like if I'm doing this because of the reward and the glory that the Most High has for the nation of Israel and the elect, that's the answer he gave Peter. You're gonna be a king, bro. You're gonna be chilling. All right, cool. You know, and he went through all that persecution, man.
Let's get it.
You know,
That's right, brother.
so it's not just about getting destroyed. It's also about being delivered.
That's right, brother.
Balance.
Calm. Yeah.
Verse 13?
19.
19, okay. Matthew chapter 6, verse 19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt.
Yeah, man, don't worry about the stuff from this earth. You know, treasures too, that could even be, you know what I mean, future plans your family might have or you might have when it comes to college or whatever it is. Am I saying don't go to college? No, but just read it at the beginning of it again one more time.
Matthew 6 and 19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt.
Yeah, so pretty much don't be, what's the word I'm looking for? Don't be thrown off by the stuff that's down here. Don't really worry too much about the stuff that's down here because it's going to get dealt with anyway. We got war coming over here, man. It's going to be utterly burned up at the end of the day, man. All right?
None of it's gonna matter.
It's not going to matter. It's vain at the end of the day. It's carnal.
Your degrees you got ain't gonna matter.
It's worldly. It teaches you how to benefit on this side. You know, which in a way, you know, he says be wise, servant, harmless as a dove, but ultimately it's not going to benefit you in the kingdom. You know, that master's or doctor's or whatever degree that you have isn't going to benefit, you know, how you going to live and govern the body in the kingdom, man.
No, not at all.
You know, because you're going to have all the knowledge and wisdom around that time. You ain't going to have to worry about, oh, well, when you put the X or cell and the Y cell together. No, you already going to know that stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need no business degree to rule in the kingdom. Nah, man, you can't rule over here. No. You didn't get that bachelor's degree. You didn't get that PhD, bro. Sorry, you on a lower level, man. I got to cast you out. No, man.
Yeah, I was trying to go push the 8 years of school. And where thieves break through and steal, but lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven.
Lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven. You know, and what's that? That's kicking the word. That's laboring. That's toiling, doing sit-downs, doing videos, uplifting brothers, extolling brothers, rebuking brothers, reproving brothers. You know what I mean? Lay up your treasures in heaven. Okay?
Yourself.
Reproving, brother, examining yourself.
That's a part of the walk, man. Self-examining. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And refining your faults, man, so you can get on the chair.
That's actually the walk. Working out your salvation with fear and trembling.
That's
man.
right,
Because
brother.
if you find yourself, everything else falls into place. Because you hold yourself to a certain standard, you're going to hold your brothers to a certain standard.
That's right.
So once you get yourself right, everything else is pretty much easy if you're working on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Elder Gabar said this: the first person that you teaching is truth is yourself.
Verse 20. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.
Wow. Oh, man, that's beautiful.
Yo, man.
Man, it's
Where your treasure is, that's where your mind is going to be. You know, he said we got new bodies. You know, we got new bodies up there waiting for us, man. We got to continue to fight on this side and put off the old man. Put off all this worldly stuff, you know, and put on, keep that armor the Most High, you know. I think that's it on that one. You said what? Oh, it's more. Oh, Go ahead, brother.
You go to the 24th verse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Verse 22. The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light.
That's right. We was talking about it earlier, not looking over here, not looking over here. To be on a single focus on one thing, and that's the kingdom. You know what I mean? Keep thine eye single, and it shall be full of light, as the scripture said, man. You know, keep the eye single into this word, you're going to be full of light. But if you turn it away, you're going to be full of darkness. You speak not according to this word, ain't no light in you, man. But if you go according to it, you're going to be on that narrow path. Okay?
Can I bring this up real quick?
Yeah.
Okay. This is Proverbs chapter 4, verse 25. Let thine eyes look right on, and let thine eyelids look straight before thee.
God, that's beautiful. That's the spirit, because the spirit had it out again. You know, that's a perfect precept to that. You know?
Yeah, this is the one I was talking about. Ponder the path of thy feet, and let all thy ways be established. Turn not to the right hand nor to the left. Remove thy foot from evil.
God, that's right.
Ponder the ways of your feet, man. And that goes into what the brother's talking about, man. How you live your life, man. Certain things you ain't gonna do in this truth. Certain places you ain't gonna be in the truth, man. Certain things you're not gonna say in the truth. Certain things, certain things you would say to a brother, you wouldn't say to a two-third.
Mm-hmm.
That's the walk that we're talking about here.
God.
Circumspect.
That's right.
Paying attention, man.
Redeeming the time.
It's all about walking on eggshells at the end of that, man.
Yeah.
Any little thing you can do, you don't know what can get you killed.
Get you whacked.
God.
You know?
That's right.
This back, 23rd verse in Matthew the 6th chapter. But if thine eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. And if therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness?
Yeah, if you walk according to the ordinance of this world, man, like we read earlier, you had enmity with the Most High, man. When you were enemy of the Most High, your eyes full of evilness. You walk in an evil walk, man. You know, how great is that darkness? It's unlimited darkness, man, because you walking towards your death.
That's right.
You walking off a cliff.
Like I said, look at the world, man. Look what all type of witness you have access to around here, man. There's endless things you can do if you in the wicked mindset to fulfill your disgust and lust, man.
That's right.
Esau makes everything imaginable available to you on this side, man.
Con, brother. Like when you have a light in front of you. You know, he said if your eye be single, to be full of light. When you have that light in a world of darkness or in a room full of darkness, you ain't going to be able to see anywhere else, but you can see what's in front of you. You know what I mean? But if that light gets cut off, you running into walls and shit, stubbing your toe on stuff, falling all over shit. You know, might run over, trip over a dog. You know, ultimately, man, you blind. You blind, yeah.
You out there bad.
God.
Put all the scriptures on love.
God, that's right, brother. A blind man, yeah.
Living in darkness, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's a scary feeling.
God, brother. Not knowing where you walking to next, not knowing where you going. Oh, man.
You know, because Yahweh Shai says he's going to be the light upon our path.
That's right, brother.
You know? So that this truth is, that light is this truth, man. The spirit is truth.
God.
So verse 24, no man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve the Most High and Mammon.
You can't worship the Most High in yourself. You can't worship the Most High in the Benjamins. You know, it's either you don't love the one or love the other. You think Jay-Z focused on the Most High? Nah. He's serving this other master. You think the 2/3 nigga at your job was worried about the Most High? Nah. He worried about him getting his paycheck. Alright? Ain't too many people worried about the Most High. You know, that's a cold scripture right there, man. A lot of people can read that, but they won't understand it fully, man. If you serving the Most High, you ain't worried about all that worldly stuff. But if you worried about that worldly stuff, you ain't worried about the Most High.
That's right.
It's just that simple. Come.
Romans chapter 12, starting at verse 1 and read verse 2.
Yeah.
I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice,
Man.
holy, acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service. Like I said, man, that's what we've been going into, mortifying your members and sacrificing, man. And that's what we out here doing, man, on the highways and byways, but more so in your daily life, sacrificing all your lusts and desires that you want to do. 'Cause really, we Jake, man. You just want to chill.
You just
That's
wanna
right.
chill.
You want to chill, you know, with your old lady or with your kids. But you know, we not in time for that right now.
That's right,
We
brother.
in a time of war and trying to get out of this hell that's going to come to this place. Man.
Con.
Yeah, and if I may, it says, which is your reasonable service,
Mm.
man. That goes into perfect with Matthew 19:28, bro. We know that if we do this, we sacrifice, we're going to get a reward, man.
That's right,
And
brother.
a reward that we can't even think about.
Could you pull up
That's
2
it.
Corinthians chapter 5,
It
verse
says
10?
it's a reasonable service, man. And
That's
what
right.
the scripture saying in 1 John that his commandments are not grievous, man. It's not grievous to not sleep with another man's woman, or to eat pork, or to smoke cigarettes, or to steal, man, or to kill somebody, you know, or to murder. You know, though it's reasonable on this side, man, compared to what we gonna get on the other side. You know,
That's right.
Verse 2, and be not conformed to this world,
That's right.
but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High. Being in the Spirit, man. You know,
That's right,
not walking according to this course of this world, going against this grain, man.
Could you pull up James chapter 4 and 4? I'm probably going to end mine off with that one right there.
You said first.
2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 10.
So 2 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 10. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Mashiach.
We're going to all appear amongst the judgment seat, whether you righteous or whether you wicked. You know, every single last one of us is going to have to attest for our deeds that we've done. You know?
That everyone may receive the things done in his body according to that he had done, whether it be good or bad.
Whether it be good or bad, you're going to be rewarded some way. For some men, hey, they're going to be rewarded with a crown of righteousness, immortality, how to rule a kingdom, spiritual power. But for the other people, they're going to have a reward too. And that's fire and brimstone. That's an ICBM missile. You know what I mean? And really, mainly, every man's going to come up, you know, going to be judged. But mainly, I'm talking about you Jakes for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, you are the apple of the Lord's eye. But, hey, doing wickedness, you're going to get your reward and going to have to receive the benefits on the other side, man. You know? But everybody's going to, we all going to come across that judgment seat. Just want to make sure that we on the right end of the stick. We on the good side of the Most High. You know, because we've all done a lot of screwed up stuff in this world, man. That's why, again, it's so important for us to really walk in the path that he wants us to walk to, man. Because we got a lot of stuff. We got a lot of stuff that we got to atone for.
Yep. And
You know?
in the truth and out the truth.
That's right, brother.
Just because you in the truth don't, or you wouldn't know, doesn't mean that, okay, you know, I'm good, I won't sin anymore. Now, now that your eyes is open, man, you even more, like, you're held accountable even more because you know better, bro.
That's right, brother. Like in Paul, for example, what was he doing for the truth?
Murder.
He was murdering people, man. He was murdering people when he got pretty much when he got woken up. You know, he was constantly doing the work because he know he had a lot of shit on his slate. He had a whole lot he had to test for, so that man had to walk in the spirit every way he could, the best way he possibly could, man. Us too. We got to do the same thing. That's just an example. You know, all things are written aforetime for our learning. You know what I mean? It's go ahead.
I'm saying that's why Baruch tells you to seek the Most High 10 times more that we be in return, man.
That's right, brother.
Like the brother's going to, we got a lot to cover for, man.
Come on.
Knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, we persuade men, but we are made manifest unto Yahweh.
Through the terror of the Lord we persuade men. So we know that the Lord is a terrible power. And we're going to persuade men through his terror because, you know, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. But at the same time, we know through his terror that he can mess us up, man. So we got to do our job and persuade men to go out to these highways and byways and also to work on ourselves as well, to examine ourselves. You know, continue that one.
And I trust also, but we are made manifest unto Yahweh, and I trust also are made manifest in your consciences.
That's right, brother.
Consciousness.
It's all good, brother. It's cool, man. You can put this. It's the last one I wanted to pull up. You know, but again, we started this lesson going into walking in the spirit. Okay, other than walking in the lust of the flesh. All right. Salaki.
James 4:4.
Yeah.
James chapter 4 verse 4. It says, "Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know Ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with Yahweh.
That's right. So we supposed to be telling Jake this stuff like we read in 2 Corinthians, the 5th chapter. You know what I mean? To let people know about the fear of the Lord, man. Because if you in cahoots with the world, man, you are enmity with the Most High, like the scripture just said, man. All right?
God, whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of Yahweh.
So if you in cahoots with this world, if you want to put the Lord in your back pocket and only call out to him when he needs you like he's your genie or something,
Yeah.
if you want to just continue to just be a nigga, you know, especially being in this truth, man. If you in this truth and you being lukewarm, man, intermingling with this world, you an enemy of the Most High.
That's right.
And he's going to come at you before he come at any other 2/3 nigga, because you knew.
Yeah, Most High whack you, man.
Yup.
You gotta fear the Most High, brother. Brother saying, bro, the Most High can make you a vegetable, bro. The Most High can set you up. The Most High can set you up to where you a retard in somebody's nursery home, bro.
Yeah,
Get
you
your
on
ass
the
beat
news.
by a nigga woman, man.
Yeah, you on the news because you shot a tranny that you tried to deal with, man. Hey, it's a terrible judgment.
Yeah, that's real.
Terrible,
Because
bro.
That's real.
That man thought he was in the truth.
Man,
He
boy.
But he really was a friend with the world, man. And the Lord exposed him, man.
Bro, he's
Quick.
man, bro.
That's right.
Life over.
It can even go to being as simple as cutting your beard down too low. Like Apostle Hart talked about. The reason why I brought it up, because a lot of times Jake do it. They do it for the ladies. Hey, you being a friend of the Lord, a friend of the world doing that, man. You enemy the Most High just for something that little right there. You know? It's important that we stay on the right track, being in this truth, man. Because like he said, you know what I mean? Being lukewarm, he'd rather us be hot or cold. Because being lukewarm, he's going to spew us out. You know, so we got to try our best not to be lukewarm. Keep on fighting, continue to walk in the faith, and not have to worry about these demons in this lust, man. Because they going to be here. Yahweh said offenses is going to come. There's going to be a lot of stuff that we going to see. There's going to be a lot of demons trying to attack us, man. That's part of the fight.
That's right.
You know, what type of fight you go into where nobody throws a punch back at you? You know, a good fight is a fight where it's a battle. 12 rounds. You know, you catching lumps,
Yeah.
but you throwing them back.
That's what our nation's been going through for generations, man. We want to see the end of the fight to where our hand is raised, man.
Come on, brother.
You know?
That's right. That's right.
I mean, that's pretty much it.
Come on. Well, you know, any brothers got any closing statements or anything?
I just gotta say F the world, man. For the Most High, say F you.
That's
What it
right.
all boils down to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely said
Yo.
That's right.
still in that grace period, man. But time is speeding up, so definitely behoove brothers to pay attention to the spirit. Even myself. Shit.
Con. With us talking, we ain't just talking about y'all out there in YouTube land. We going according to ourselves, like the brother just said, man.
That's
know?
the first person you teach.
Con, brother. Exactly. Exactly. Us against the world. All right. You know?
It's really, man, y'all should be dead right now.
That's
You know?
right.
I think Isaiah chapter 2, where it says, wash you, make you clean.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Let us reason together, say the
God,
Lord. You
I know
know,
what
Most
you're talking
High is
about.
willing to still talk to us, you know, after
God.
this shit, all the
BS.
Oh shit. Man, dog.
Cheating on the Lord and over again.
Man, yeah. And what's the punishment for cheating, for adultery, for breaking wedlock?
Get whacked.
You get whacked, man. We still here.
Most High looking at us as that down bitch, like this bitch down. She was fucking up. She would fuck me over a couple times, but she down. Now a woman that you know that ain't pure, what you do with her if she act up? If she ain't holding on to your standards, you gonna dismiss her.
That's right.
You gotta thank Yahweh Shem Yahweh for that, because through what he did for the nation, he totally forgot about all of that, man.
Mm-hmm. Calm, brother. That's real.
It's like he just totally wiped it out.
It's
Calm.
mercy, bro.
Mercy. Man.
True balance.
Hey, his mercy is everlasting. You know, like the scriptures talk about, man. His mercy is everlasting. How would you feel if your woman cheated on you? How would we feel? But we ready to kill that bitch, bro.
Ready to murk her.
You know?
Ready to whack that bitch.
Oh, right.
God. He had so much mercy to the point where he forgave us and actually caught us up, low level guys from different courses of life to do his work.
God.
You know?
That's nothing to be like a day school over, man. This truth here, man. It's really a blessing, bro.
That's right, brother.
I mean, without this, I know brothers can attest to this, man. We were lost, bro.
Yeah.
Individually speaking, man, gone. You hear me? And still gotta watch that the word off of us. You know what I'm saying? But man, with that being said, you gotta push.
Come on, brother.
It said we perish out every day, but
Every day.
inward man is renewed day by day. You know.
That's right, brother.
So it's a fight until the Most High, transforms us and get this BS off of us.
That's right.
We're subject to vanity right now.
Come on, brother. All right, so that being the case, want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and peace and salutation to you elect, valiant brothers kicking this word in sincerity and truth. Man up, shalom.
Shalom.